I did some work on the yellow cards today, by the way.
What were you looking at in particular?
Well, I can't describe things in those terms, but this one I was thinking of the the yellow card things that involved the political system.
Hmm.
So I did a little bit of work, not too much. I mean, it, it takes a while to warm up, you know. And a couple of weeks ago, I was working most of the hours of the day
Hmm.
in there, and then it takes a while, and because it's written in a way which is almost unintelligible.
Oh, you mean your handwriting is hard to read?
I can't read my handwriting, and it's fading also.
Oh,
So I have to make a conjecture as to what it's really saying in many cases,
oh.
and also uh, and many of the cards are written on both sides,
Hmm.
which is of course if I had confined myself to one side, it would be even more massive in terms of yellow cards than it is now.
Hmm.
So which is almost unmanageable. But I think I'm getting the gist of how it should be put together.
So you said you were looking at something related to political systems like democracy and other ways of
Yeah,
organizing
I mean,
society or
there's
government.
one little stack called democracy,
Hmm.
and that has lots of aspects to it. You know, there's something called the psychology of living in a democracy.
Is that the title of a book or like a concept?
It's close to a title of some books.
Okay.
Um, so, in other words, it twists your attention toward certain aspects, like who should we vote for? You be not. I mean, the whole idea of popular voting, which everybody takes for granted now and considers part of the system of rights. That's taken a long time to. I see a car moving out there.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's taken a long time to. For, at the very beginning, and starting from English custom, there was no universal right to vote.
Hmm.
Essentially, it was a small number of rich property owners who had the vote, and it got slowly expanded. Time, Disraeli versus Gladstone, the two things, two, Gladstone in particular uh, expanded the vote, and there was a lot of opposition to that
Hmm.
because it was felt that if the masses got the vote, they could pass laws equalizing incomes,
Hmm.
getting themselves rich. And but it's a paradox that didn't happen at all.
Hmm.
It happened to a little extent. It certainly had some effect on the overall distribution of income to make it less uneven. But the fears of you could say the right wingers uh, didn't materialize and hasn't materialized.
Hmm. Yeah.
So, which raises the question. Yeah, I mean, let's see, who was that guy you talked about? I forget his name for the moment, but he raised this very question. Why haven't the rabble redistributed wealth in their favor? And I don't think he answered the question, but one reason is that people tend to be more or less satisfied with their station in life
Hmm.
if it's not too extreme, and if people are treated with a different a level of respect.
Well,
even the very poor.
In this, is there any place for people not being selfish about how they're voting?
Well, I
Like
think
they're aren't they
there's
voting for
yeah.
a
I mean,
good
I
system of
think the
government
idea of
or good people?
people trying to maximize uh, their their own wealth, something like that, is exaggerated. I think there is a streak which you consider the concept of justice, or the concept of just treating other people equally. I mean, I don't believe that people in general are altruistic toward the human race as a whole. That's a very rare situation. But I think that people are willing to put up with a great deal of inequality if you know if they're not on the verge of starvation. Let's say if they live modestly, but and their friends live modestly, and if they don't do that, then they get feelings of guilt and shame and remorse, etc., things of that sort. So that's all built in. I think the idea of admiring somebody who's successful in the world is is quite common.
Yeah.
You can think of a tribe that looks around for talented leaders and follows them, and you can find that sort of thing manifesting here too.
Sure.